most common feedback I get on my videos is that the editing's good, which kind of sucks because I wish people would say the content is good. So for this video, I'm going to go easy on the editing and try to let the story speak for itself. It's Thursday morning and I'm meditating, and this idea comes to my head. Why so hard? What if we made a product that does everything for you? I decided to call this idea Slipper. My first instinct after having this idea was to call Dan because he has startup ambitions as well. And right after I called him, I called Charles. And they both said the same thing. They said the idea was good. At least it wasn't glaringly bad like a lot of startup ideas are. And even though neither of them were super enthusiastic about the idea, their implicit approval got me excited. The more I thought about this idea, the more I began to fall in love. And it wasn't like this romantic love, it was more paternal. Like Slipper was a little fetus that needed a lot of care and attention to grow up. The people that know me know that when I think, I pace. So over the next 3 days, I walked over 20 miles of little circles in my room, thinking about Slipper. I couldn't sleep. I skipped meals because I wasn't hungry. Like, safe to say, I was in love. On Sunday, I finally got the three of us on a call. We started off by talking about Slipper's flaws. I felt like they wanted to take a hammer and smash Slipper's little soft skull in. Charles pointed out that Slipper had type 1 diabetes, and statistically, he was going to die in his sleep. Dan pointed out how Slipper's eyes were all blank and glazed over, and that it was a telltale sign of ADHD. I said that like we could give Slipper Ritalin and everything would be fine, right? And when they countered, asking me about the side effects of Ritalin, I had to admit that I didn't know. We moved on to talk about short-term goals, what we do in the next 2 weeks. And before they could point out that Slipper very clearly had autism, I ended the call. I did my laundry, and when I came back and looked at the shared doc, I was ecstatic. I saw that Dan already ordered blood sugar tests online, and Charles had a doc with all the links to the latest research about Ritalin. I quickly sent out this text, and I really meant it. I wasn't blowing smoke up their ass, because they did exactly what I would have done, but better. It's not hyperbole when I say that this was one of the happiest moments of my life, because that's the moment when I saw that Slipper had loving co-parents. I saw that when I had people around me to leverage my strengths and mitigate my weaknesses, I was a good parent. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I knew what I was put on this earth to do, and I was good at it. At the gym, I got a call from Dan. It turns out that another company already tried what I was proposing, almost word for word. And at first, I was super discouraged to hear this news, but Dan only saw the positives. Because I think that founding a successful startup is like starting a forest fire, and these guys proved that the forest is there, and it was meant to be lit. But there's so many factors behind what makes a forest fire take off, and everything is so circumstantial. Between the lay of the land, the weather the last day, there's so many things that you can't control. I knew that if we were smart and lucky about the timing and placement of our spark, a forest fire could easily take off. That was when Charles dropped the bomb on us. He didn't even know if he wanted to be a parent. He listed a bunch of reasons, like maybe if Slipper was healthier, maybe if we had more experience, maybe if we had savings so that we could take this risk, then he'd do it. We argued every single point, but I knew that there was nothing we could do. Without the environment of a stable 3-parent household, I knew that the only option was an abortion. It's with a heavy heart that I announced the death of Slipper. Here's what I want to say. To Charles and Dan, it was truly an honor raising Slipper with you guys. And to myself, after getting a taste of what being a father feels like, I want it more than ever. Thank you.